Hello everyone, welcome back to our channel. Today in this video we will see the gross anatomy of the spleen, mainly the relations of the spleen. We have covered the gross anatomy of the spleen in detail in the abdomen playlist. You go through that and again see this video, relations of the spleen. Those who have not subscribed to the channel, do subscribe now. Keep watching the videos. Now we will see the relations of the spleen. So you are seeing the spleen in this behind the stomach. So this is the spleen. Spleen is situated in the upper and left part of the abdomen behind the fundus of the stomach, between the fundus of the stomach and the diaphragm. It lies mainly in the left hypochondrium and partly in the epigastrium. Axis of the spleen, if you see, this is the axis of the spleen, oblique, directed downwards, forwards and laterally, coinciding with the 10th rib. So that is the axis of the spleen. Shape, usually the spleen is flattened, oblong in form. When the colic impression is prominent, it is tetrahedral. When the colic impression is absent, it resembles the segment of an orange. Length, if you see, 12 centimeter. Breadth, this is the breadth, 7 centimeter. Thickness, 3 centimeter. Weight, 150 gram. So now we will see the presenting parts. Spleen presents two ends, medial and lateral. So this is the medial end. So this is the medial end and this is the lateral end of the spleen. Two borders, superior border. So this is the superior border and this is the inferior border. Two angles. So these are the two angles, anterior basal and posterior basal angle. And two surfaces. So this is the diaphragmatic surface and this is the visceral surface. So we will see one by one. So this is the medial end. Medial end is blunt and rounded. So this is the medial end, blunt and rounded, directed backwards and medially towards the vertebral column. It is situated opposite exactly to the 10th thoracic spine. So that spine is the 10th thoracic spine, about 3.5 to 4 centimeter to the left mid-dorsal line. So this is the lateral end. Lateral end is broad. So this is the lateral end. Yes, lateral end is broad, represented by a border, lateral as if like a border it is, which extends between the superior and inferior borders. So this is the superior border and this is the inferior border. So in between this is the lateral end. And it is directed downwards, forwards to the left, related with the left colic flexure in front. So this is the left colic flexure, junction of the transverse and descending colon, and behind with the phrenicocolic ligament below, which is not given in this. Now we will see the relations of the surfaces. So this is the diaphragmatic surface. So the diaphragm is not given in this. So it is covered by smooth convex and it is related with following structures from within outwards. Diaphragm separated by the recess of greater sac of peritoneum. So it's separated by diaphragm. So above the diaphragm, lower border of left lung and left pleura in the upper 1/3. Costodiaphragmatic recess of left pleural sac in the lower 2/3. So diaphragm is separating these structures from the left lung and the left pleura. Then outside this, so these are the three ribs related, 9th, 10th, 11th ribs and their intercostal spaces. So that is about the diaphragmatic surface. The surface you should identify by its smooth appearance. So to keep the spleen in anatomical position, you have to keep the diaphragmatic surface in the palm of the hand and the medial end towards backwards and medially and lateral end towards laterally and forwards. So this is the visceral surface. So you are seeing the visceral surface inside. Yes, this is the visceral surface. Presents 4 impression, gastric impression, so which is related to the upper end of the upper and anterior. This is the anterior part of the visceral surface. It is related to the gastric impression, that is forms a shallow concave fossa which is directed upwards, forwards and medially. So hilum of the spleen will be situated in the lower part of the gastric impression. So this gastric impression is related to what are the structures? Fundus of the stomach. So you are seeing fundus of the stomach separated by the recess of the greater sac. Hilum gives attachment to the gastrosplenic and lienorenal ligaments. So the hilum is not seen clearly in this. Then the renal impression. Below and behind the gastric impression will be the renal impression. The kidneys are not shown. So below and behind this stomach, in this place, the kidneys will be situated. So that is related to the, so this part is related to the gastric renal impression. It is somewhat concave. So that is situated below and behind the gastric impression, separated from the later by the round intermediate border. So what part of the kidney? Upper and lateral part of the anterior surface of the left kidney, separated by the recess of greater sac. So that is renal impression. Now below, colic impression. So this is the colic impression you are seeing related to the left colic flexure. It is related then another structure is related, you are seeing nicely, tail of pancreas. Pancreatic impression between the colic impression and the lateral end of the spleen. It is related with the tail of the pancreas between the 2 layers of the lienorenal ligament. Now we will see the borders. So in the visceral surface we have seen gastric impression, and this is the renal impression below and behind the gastric impression, renal impression, then the colic impression and the pancreatic impression. Superior border, it separates the gastric impression from the diaphragmatic surface. You can identify by the notched appearance of the superior border. That's how you have to identify the side of the spleen. Medial end, medially, diaphragmatic surface outer, and superior border notched. Then this is the inferior border, separates the renal impression from the diaphragmatic. So this is the renal impression, separates the renal impression from the diaphragmatic surface. And it coincides with the lower border of the left 11th rib. Then we will see the 2 angles. So this is the 2 angles we are seeing. So this is the anterior basal angle. So this is the anterior basal angle. Junction of superior border and lateral end represents this is the most forward projecting part of the spleen. Usually it lies in the 9th intercostal space. You can see at slightly or behind the left mid-axillary line. When the spleen is enlarged and becomes palpable, this is the first part which is palpable. So it is called clinical angle of the spleen. So this angle, anterior basal angle, is the clinical angle of the spleen. When the clinicians tell just the spleen is just palpable under left costal margin, at that time itself it is enlarged 2 to 3 times from its normal size. Then only it is slightly palpable. Then posterior basal angle. So this is the posterior basal angle, junction of the inferior border and the lateral end of the spleen. So we have covered the spleen presenting parts, where 2 ends, 2 borders, 2 surfaces and 2 angles. Ligaments of the spleen are also 2 gastrosplenic and lienorenal ligaments. So the ligaments of the spleen and all we have covered elaborately in the gross anatomy of the spleen video. With the PowerPoint we have explained. In this we have explained with the 3-dimensional relationships of the spleen. and the applied anatomy of the spleen is the splenomegaly. So the arterial supply, segments of the spleen, applied anatomy, you go through the gross anatomy of the spleen video. With the other viscera in the abdomen, we will see in the next class. Till then, bye. Don't forget to subscribe the channel. Don't forget to press the like button and the share button.